So, Maria Louise Loves Luxuries tagged me in this, and I thought it was fun. I'm also going to put a little bit of a twist on it. Hello, 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 and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to like more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course celebrating others. So, as I mentioned, Maria Louise Loves Luxuries, who will be tagged below, tagged me in this video that she was inspired to participate in after watching, let me get this right, Cammie's Closet and Melissa's Corner, both of whom will also be linked below. And this is kind of the counterpart to a tag that many of us have recently participated in, discussing our most used bags of 2023. This is the opposite. This is the least used bags of 2023. Now, the twist that I want to put on this is I want to do this by brand. Because if I did just my 5 least used, it would be a really dull run through of me showing you clutch bags. So I thought I would show you instead of the brands that I have 2 or more bags from, what is my least used of that collection. I just thought that would be a fun little spin. Hopefully it keeps it more interesting for all of you. It certainly keeps it more interesting for me to film, because otherwise, like I said, I'd be sat here one clutch bag after another. We all know I don't use a clutch bag. So let's get started. And let's get started with me showing you a clutch bag. Osprey London. I own a number of Osprey pieces. So this clutch bag I have not used whatsoever this year. I think I've used it once in the time that I've owned it. Beautiful clutch bag. Really lovely. It's actually a wristlet. It's really, really stunning. Kind of mock croc embossed leather, beautiful lining, very well made, card slots. It's really beautiful. I just don't use clutches, but I have also not used any of my Osprey London kind of beach bags, of which I have many. I also realised I forgot to show you these in my collection video. Not that anyone was really missing them, but they do exist. And I have not used a single one of them. So that's Osprey, a draw for the least used. You're going to see a little bit of a theme here. There are a few draws here. Okay, next up, Karl Lagerfeld. Let's just get the clutches out the way. I haven't used my K-Pura pouch whatsoever. I talk about this a lot because I love the colour, I love the silver hardware. I just don't use this size of clutch bag. It's very nice, it fits more than you would think. It's actually pretty cool with the way that you can hold it. I do like this very much. It actually kind of goes with what I'm wearing today. It just isn't the size of clutch bag I go for. And I now have my Longchamp nylon clutch and my Kenzo leather clutch that are much bigger. So I've kind of found the right ones, and I have used those, and I've used each of those a few times. Kenzo I only own 1 bag from, so that won't feature on this list, and that clutch bag is not the Longchamp item that I'm going to show you. Next up, let's go to MCM. I have 2 MCM bags. This is my least used so far because I have been using the Graffiti Iron Shopper in the cubic graffiti, is that what it's called? Quite a lot, actually. I mean, I've used it 6 or 7 times since I bought it. I've used this, I want to say 3 or 4 times this year. So this is still doing all right, but it's not beating my new purchase because I'm loving that. That's so much fun. This is great too. It's just not the one that I gravitate towards quite so much. Love the long shoulder straps. Love the top handle as well. Great that it's all detachable. This will be kind of a great travel bag for me, I think. I do also use this sometimes for work. Honestly, it's a really, really good bag. I'm not knocking it. And that's why I wanted to do it by brand, because actually I'm still showing you items that I use and that I enjoy and that I love. They just happen to be the least used of the brand for me. So that would be my MCM choice. Now, whilst we're talking about a work bag, let me show you my bag of the day. Normally I do this at the start. I mean, this is just full of junk, but this is my Aspinal of London London tote in Tea Rose Pebble. It's got Pepsi Max coming out the top of it. Normally I prefer Diet Coke, but I had to make an exception today. A grab bag, a prawn cocktail quavers, sunglasses case, cosmetics, a wallet, my Barber raincoat that packs away. Honestly, there's so much going on in this bag. Just, I mean, look how kind of misshapen it gets, etc. I'm not fussy about my bags, okay? I like to keep them in good condition. I like to clean them. I like to make sure, but they're there to be used. It's a work bag. And so, there we go. It's not going to be kept in pristine condition, but it's beautiful. Anyway, that is my bag of the day. So let's get back to the topic at hand. The brands we have left are Longchamp, Mulberry, Geiger, and Aspinal of London. Because everything else I don't have a duplicate of. I only have one Louis Vuitton, one Celine, one Nicholas Kirkwood, that might be it. That might be it. Yeah. I mean, I'm really lucky to have one Louis Vuitton, one Celine, one Nicholas Kirkwood. Like, that's amazing. So I'm not knocking that. But that's why they aren't featuring in this list. Anyway, let's go to Geiger. No surprises here, really. I didn't ever think this was going to be on the most used list. My faux fur Kensington in the black faux fur with the silver hardware. This is beautiful. I used it for an event. I loved it. I still love it. I'm still glad to own it. It is gorgeous. It's just not something you will grab very often. But I bought this in the sale, which meant that I paid a price for it, that I was okay with the fact it will be used a handful of times. I want to say I've used this, I think I've used it twice. If I've used it 3 times, I've forgotten the third. Yes. I've used my mini faux fur Kensington more, but just because I use that for walks and things, whereas this I don't. But it's lovely, it's beautiful. Honestly, if you could feel this, if you don't own one of these, but if you could feel it, it is so soft. Like, absolutely gorgeous and soft, and oh, it's like a pillow. Beautiful. Love it. Love the silver hardware. Love the style. I actually used it as an oversized clutch for the event that I went to. It's gorge. Absolutely gorge. It's just not the sort of thing you grab very often. So it didn't get used that often. It's not really much more to say, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's that. Geiger. Still used, just not used that much. One that deserves better. And I've spoken about this bag. I spoke about it in my last video as a bag that deserves better. And I said that I hadn't used it. And guess what? I used it 2 days ago. But that was the first time this year, I think, and it's still, yeah, and it still deserves a lot better. Anyway, my gorgeous bright yellow leather mulberry backpack. Absolutely stunning. This colour just sparks joy. Super practical. I took this out with me because I actually just ended up throwing it one shoulder. However, when I got some shopping in and it became a little bit heavier, I actually did throw it crossbody in the end because it was just more comfortable to wear it that way. I love the colour. It just sparks joy, happiness, all of the above. How beautiful is that? Fairly subtly branded, silver hardware. Super practical because you can easily adjust the shoulder. You can very easily adjust the length of the strap so it can go crossbody or it can go super tight onto the shoulder. Completely your preference, how you want to carry it. I paid a really good price for this bag. but I've not used it anywhere near enough. I would say throughout the period of ownership, I've used it 5 or 6 times. Throughout 2023, which is what we're basing this video on, I've used it once, I want to say. If it's twice, I can't remember the second time. Again, similar to the Kurt Geiger. If I've used it another time, I don't know. But it is fabulous. Zero intention to sell. Going to keep hold. Love it. But deserves better from me. Like I said, the beauty of doing the video in this way is that I can still show you bags that I love and that I use. I just use them less than others within that brand. Now for Aspinal of London. I've shown you my bag of the day. That isn't my least used. This is my least used Aspinal bag. However, it is still one of my most used bags. I adore this. The colour is sensational. This was my first London tote. It will be always my first London tote. You can't change that. But it's absolutely divine. The colour is scrumptious. Oh, and you know I love this bag as well. The style of this bag is impeccable. If you're looking for a beautiful, understated work tote, but one that you can really amp up because of the colours that they bring them out in, this could be an absolute win for you. However, if you are also someone who prefers a neutral item, you can absolutely buy these in neutrals as well. I just happen to love the Aspinal colour range. I think it's beautiful. I do wish they brought the Paris bag out in a beautiful lilac. I wish they brought this out in the lilac because I think that would be so pretty. And I actually think that would really work in my collection. Don't we think? Ooh, that's a thought. I actually don't have a purple bag. No, that's a gap. But saying that, I made that thing about why I didn't buy the Mulberry Bayswater in purple, and I said I'd wear blue instead of purple. But I think that's because that was a darker purple. I think I need lilac. I think I need a lilac bag. What do we think? Do I need a lilac bag? Do I need to pop on over to Australia and borrow Dale's lilac peekaboo? Maybe. Maybe. But this is beautiful. So I still use this a heck of amount. I use it more than any of the other bags that I've shown on this occasion, minus my Tea Rose Pebble. But it is sensational. Well worth it. Least used of Aspinal, still one of my most used. Love. And finally, Longchamp. Longchamp. Now, I'm ashamed about 2 of these because there are 3 that are tying. I'm ashamed about 2. I'm not so ashamed about 1. Let's talk about the one that I'm not so ashamed about. This will be zero surprise to anyone. I talk about this all the time as a bag that I don't use. I bought the wrong version, but then I debate whether or not I did because none of the other versions were quite what I wanted either. It's super cute, it's super unique, it's super fun, it's nostalgic, but it ultimately is an art piece in my bedroom now, which, hey, I'm okay with that. I've used it a handful of times over the period of ownership, not used it once this year, but I'm loving it as just kind of eye candy. You see it in a lot of my photos now in the background, in my mirror, because it's now just on my chest of drawers, and it just sparks joy for me because of that. But that's it. It's not being used as an item that I carry. It has stuff in it, but it's kind of just expensive storage. Really? What does it even have in it? Let's look. Okay, so it has dust bags and my 2 Aspinal of London travel wallets. That's what it's got in it. Like I said, fun, playful, different, nostalgic. Glad to own it. No intentions to move it on. Don't use it. Probably won't use it. Also, one that if someone asks to borrow, I'm normally quite chill about people borrowing stuff from me. This, for some reason, is an item I'm a bit funny about people borrowing. I think because I use it just as a bit of an art piece, I would be a bit funny if someone wanted to borrow this. If it got marked, it would upset me. Whereas I'm not the same about the others. And it's not because I love this one more. But I think it's because if it had a stain or something there, I couldn't use it as a bit of an art piece. Does that make sense? I'm just going to move on. The 2 that I am ashamed about, because I love these colours. I love this style of bag. I can't believe I've not used them. I can't believe I've not used them. I haven't used these once this year. My Longchamp Les Pliage top handles in yellow and cactus. I can't believe I've not used them. It's only recently that I picked up the snow and the fuchsia for the first time. The problem is I folded them, put them on the shelf and just not unfolded them. But they are fantastic. I can't believe it. This colour is beautiful. I love this yellow. I referenced the collection that this came from in my recent Longchamp video, actually. This was kind of that 2019-2020 where they had a lot of the bright colours. This might have actually been in that same collection. No. Was it? I don't know. No. I think this might have been the collection before. But I love them. Beautiful, fun, playful, joyful, practical. All of those things are these bags. I just can't believe I've not used them. That's got a mark. I will clean that. Yeah, they're lovely. So I really recommend this style of bag. That's the thing for me here, is that the medium top handle from Longchamp in the nylon, I think is possibly the best value bag on the market. I hands down believe that. And FYI, they've put in another sneaky little price increase. I think it's £5. But I was looking at the new collection, the new green collection. It's now a little bit more expensive than I remember it being before. Just saying. But I still think the best value bag on the market. I really do. Really do. All in. And I've got 5, as you know. I'm debating a 6th, and I'm actually debating a 7th. But then I sit there and I think I've only just really picked up 3 of the 5, because I've sort of pushed myself to, and I've still not picked up these 2. Why am I buying more? Use the ones you've got. I've also only just really started using the Neo, so I need to be a little bit disciplined here. I'm embarrassed about these 2, I have to say. And it's funny, because of the way that I've structured this video, I've used the majority of these bags, so I'm not that embarrassed about them. I'm certainly not embarrassed about this, because I use this all the damn time. However, those Longchamps, not so much the Pokemon, but those Longchamps, a little bit embarrassed about. So there we have it, everyone. That was a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to tag some people as well, because it will be really interesting to see their thoughts. Whomever I tag, please feel free to do whichever format you want. If you just want to do your 5 least used, crack on. If, like me, you want to do your least used of a brand, again, go forth and do so. I'm so grateful to have been tagged in this video. It was a lot of fun, and thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.